Hey guys, it's Sithflor. Today I wanted to talk about the Tempest Rush skill, which is a great skill for passing through enemies, and much like the Whirlwind skill, it doesn't do an awful lot of damage, but it allows you free movement basically through any pack, so it's great from a defensive standpoint, although the most common use for this skill is for Paragon leveling and basically getting through areas as efficiently as possible. So what the skill does is it costs 15 spirit and then an additional 10 spirit while you're channeling and using the skill. But like I said, you're able to charge directly through enemies, slowing their movement speed by 60% for 2 seconds, and as I indicated, it deals 85% weapon damage. I'm pretty sure it deals a lot more weapon damage than that. So that attack was 19,000. And I'm not sure if you could see, but some of those attacks were also about 20,000 each. So it does vary in range, but I'm pretty sure it's about 100% weapon damage instead. The other thing that I've noticed is when I'm doing, when I'm hitting using Tempest Rush, and I'm not sure if it has to do with proc chance or what it is, but reflex damage packs hurt a lot more than normal packs. So anyways, enough about that. This is what the skill does. So like I said, you can go through enemies pretty easily and pretty quickly. It does reduce their movement speed, and because of the fact that it doesn't say stunning, it says snare, but you are making the enemies so that they're not damaging you very much. Whether you're knocking them back or whatever, you're stunning them a little bit. So it's good from a defensive standpoint that allows you to just carry on in battle. So let me get a little more spirit back. I've changed up my passive so that I can have some more spirit, because this is a very spirit intensive skill. A lot of people love this skill. I'm not one of them. But again, this is for Paragon leveling, is the main use for it. But it's also really good if you're an achievement hunter and you want to try to get additional achievements, and some of the achievements have to do with time. And so, as you can see, you can really quickly and easily go through enemies. Your movement speed's increased as a result. So that's my normal movement speed. That's my movement speed with Tempest Rush. So even without any additional runes that increase my movement speed, I'm able to move a lot faster. So let's take this back, get away from some of the molten. And now that I've got just a couple of them left, I'm gonna take him out and replenish my spirits. I'm not even gonna use Tempest Rush right now. So the rune that I was just showing you, the advantage of that rune is that it reduces the cost of channeling by 2. So normally it costs 10 to channel, whereas this is only costing 8. So you can use the skill a lot more without having to stop because you're out of spirit. So that's one advantage of the skill. So once I've killed these guys, let's go to town and we'll check out the next rune choice, which is the most popular by far. So the next rune choice is Tailwind. So in addition to the increased attack speed that I was just showing, this increases the attack speed quite significantly, so an additional 25%. So as you can see, I'm able to very quickly and easily go through enemies. You are not immune to damage while dealing with Tempest Rush, so you do need to be careful. Although, like I said, because of the fact that you're going through enemies, hitting them, snaring them a little bit, it does provide some safety, but you really need to be careful because you're going through enemies. You need to really be careful with Molten, Plague, Arcane Enchanted, those type of things, because you'll still take quite a bit of damage from those abilities. So again, this skill just allows you to move significantly faster, and so by moving faster, you're also able to do more damage. That is until you run out of spirit. So this is the one that's used the most, as I said. What people will do is they will choose a monster power, either 0 or 1, something with a low monster power, because this skill doesn't do a lot of damage, but it allows them to go through enemies really, really quickly and efficiently and gain experience that way. So Flurry is the next rune choice, and so what Flurry does is it reduces the movement speed of all enemies by 80% after they've been hit. So normally it's 60%, and this slows them an additional 20% to 80%. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time going over this rune. We'll find 1 or 2 packs, and then so you can see how slowly he's moving as a result, and now that it's worn off. So that's pretty much all there is to it. So the next rune choice is Slipstream. There's not much to show for this rune. Actually, I'm not even going to show it. It simply reduces the damage that you're taking by 25%. So anytime you're channeling, you're going to have less damage taken. The last rune choice is Bluster. So any enemies that you've knocked back have their damage reduced by 20% for the duration of the attack. So the first one was anytime you're channeling, your damage is reduced. In this case, it's when you've hit an enemy and the duration that they're talking about lasts for 3 seconds. So you can see the things swirling above their head. Well, that thing that is swirling above their head is the reduced duration that for the duration that it's talking about. So that allows you to know which of these enemies are taking that effect or under the influence of the reduced damage. So again, not a rune that I find overly beneficial. I think the 2 best runes are the first 2. Tailwind by easily the most popular as a result of the additional movement speed, so that you can be extremely efficient in your Paragon leveling and get through your runs as quickly as possible. And the other one is Northern Breeze, as it reduces the cost. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this skill. I think this would be a much more effective skill, and a skill that I would consider putting on my skill bar if it allowed you to break CCs and things along that line, but it doesn't. If you're jailed or frozen or anything, you stay that way, and so as a result, it's a skill that I don't recommend, but I know there's many people that really enjoyed this skill, and for good reason. But I do not have a strong enough monk in order to just go through enemies really quickly and easily using this skill, and so I prefer to use a different skill as a result. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below, and if you like the content, please subscribe.